You guys obviously got a big win the other day. You get to go toe-to-toe with Sato. What was it like competing against him on this stage? Do you guys have any kind of memorable back and forths as that was going on?
Yeah, it was good. I talked to him before and after the game. Obviously we wanted to go in there and make a statement. We were playing a lot better. So, they have a good team though. They got out on us and then we picked it up in the second and third quarter. So it was good to go out there and see him play, compete against him, obviously in a different time that we're used to just competing against each other in practice. So it was good to see him with his team.
Then, as a quick aside, his decision on his partial guarantees coming up, that could be the sign of other big decisions that could signal big changes for you guys. Obviously, that's coming up later tonight for us. It'll be early in the morning for you guys. How plugged in do you expect to be able to be in real time as stuff is going on over here?
I should have a good idea what's going on. I take that, very serious, and I'm gonna keep up to date with what's going on back home. But obviously, still get my rest because we got a game tomorrow. So one way or another, I'll find out.
Thank you. Next up is Brian Windhorst.
Zach, along those lines, you're in a situation I don't think I've ever seen an NBA player in. You've outplayed your contract and you've earned an extension. But the way the rules are, and for you to get the proper deal, your team has to decide between taking care of you now or signing players to improve the roster. So I seriously have never seen anybody in this situation. So what have you told the Bulls about what is a priority for you at this point?
I just want my respect. I think that's the main thing. Like you said, I outplayed my contract. I've been very loyal to Chicago. I like Chicago. I just want my respect. And, if that's, if it's now or later, it's something that we got to work out internally and we'll go from there. So we'll have some conversations going forward. I think free agency is going to play a big part in that with, other players and constructing a roster. But, for me, AK, Mark, all talking, we'll get to the bottom of it.
Next up, we'll go to Rafi.
This is Rafi with Nothing But That Sports Talk. I just want to ask you, Kevin Durant just surpassed Carmelo Anthony for the most points scored during the Olympics. How much of an honor is it for you to team up with them during the Olympics this year?
Big honor, man. KD is someone we all grew up watching, seeing play, and then competing with him, obviously. Being here on his team, being able to see how he works every day and just the ins and out of it, being able to pick his brain, it has been great, man. And he's a great guy, great teammate. Obviously, we know how great of a basketball player he is. So, congrats to him. I have nothing but respect and the highest honor for him and what he's brought to the game for all of us.
And we're just 3 rounds away from getting the gold medal. How meaningful for your basketball career in particular to get a gold medal around you?
We came here to accomplish a goal. It's not just about me. It's about everybody that we're trying to represent with those 3 letters across our chest. So, we'll take it game by game, but obviously we didn't come here for anything less than that gold medal.
Next up is Brian Mahoney.
Thank you.
Hey, Zach, you guys get Rubio in the next game, who's played very well. And after that, you could get Patty Mills. These are a couple of the highest scorers in the Olympics so far. What does it mean to you guys to have a guy like Drew who you can put on some of these guys and, slow them somewhat, you would think, possibly?
Yeah, having him probably the best perimeter defender we have in the NBA, and you have him on the team, and we got a bunch of guys to, help him as well. Myself included, trying to take on that role, being able to go out there and try to help guard guys. But, having Drew out there is, you can't get much better than that on the perimeter. So, we're going to support each other. It's not just one guy. We got to be able to play team ball and play team defense to stop these guys. It's a different game. So, obviously, even like with Ricky, he doesn't play the same way he does in the NBA. He looks to score more. And, it just shows the talent that we have and to go out there as a team and get the job done.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Josh Coyne.
Hey, Zach. Josh Coyne of Double Clutch UK. from a coaching point of view, you have a collection of NBA coaches that maybe you haven't worked with, that you're kind of building relationships with, from seasoned veterans like Pop to new NBA guys like Ime. Have you found that to be rewarding? And is there anything that has maybe surprised you or you've learned about from those guys that you haven't kind of worked with before?
You almost take it as, the collective group of players we have is some of the best players in the world, and same with the coaches, and different thoughts, different great basketball minds working together. What I've taken away from it is just, being able to learn, hear different ideas and thoughts, different schemes. What I didn't expect, how well everybody is able to put their ego aside, us included, coaches included. Just to, for the greater good, people take a step back or play different roles to get the job done. I think it's a beautiful thing.
Thanks, Zach. Good luck.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Akiko.
Hi, Zach. How are you? There is no spectator at the arena, and you cannot go out much. But have you feel Japanese fans try to support you, from around the hotel or anywhere?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Obviously, we understand what's going on with the pandemic and things like that, so everybody has to be safe. But the sport has been great. We have a lot of people around the buses and cheering us on whenever we leave or enter the arena. Obviously, we feel the love on social media and things like that. So. Even in the hotel with the people working has been great, and we really appreciate our time here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Next up, we'll go to Joe Varden.
Zach, you played against Spain a couple weeks ago. What'd you think?
I think we did a good job. We came away with the win, so we're gonna try to do the same thing. They're a tough team. They've been together for a long time. But we know we do well, and if we do that well, I don't think anybody's going to be close to beating us. So I think if we focus on ourselves and do the right things, we'll have the same result.
How much that you're willing to share at practice today, did you guys focus on what happened before and what they showed you, what you did against them the last time? Like, do you expect a similar kind of game?
We didn't really. We worked on some things, but we worry about ourselves mostly at practice. Like I said before, if we do what we do well, we bring the intensity on defense. We play our roles, but we're ourselves in our roles. We're free. We're the best players in the world. I don't think anybody will be able to beat us. So that's just my opinion. I think that we focus on ourselves, and then we go out there and compete in the game.
Do you think, and this is my last one, because we've heard lots and lots about getting the players to respect the opponents, regardless of country, and kind of forgetting that you guys are a collection of the best NBA players or among the best NBA players. Was there ever a time where you feel like you guys didn't hold the opposition in the regard that you should? And I assume that you do now, regardless if you did before.
I can't speak for everybody. For me, no. Whenever you step on the court, you got to respect your opponent because, they're here for a reason as well. They're at the highest level of their sport, just as we are. So, they're in the Olympics. You step between the lines, it's 0-0, highest score wins, and we've already lost a couple games. So it's I respect my opponent. I can't speak for everybody else, but from what I know, we respect everybody and. We respect ourselves and we know our game, so we go out there and we try to win.
Thanks.
Next up, we'll go to Mike Finger.
Zach, you sort of just answered what I was going to ask you about, but is there a balance between, like Joe was saying, that respect for the opponent and sort of the old bravado that Team USA used to have, where you expected to win every time you stepped on the floor? Is that kind of a balancing act to keep both of those things alive?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's bravado. I think it's just competitiveness. Whenever I step on the court, I think I'm going to win. If you go in with a different mentality, then you already lost. So no matter who you're playing against, I respect them. But, I go on the court, you think you're the best player and you think that you're going to win. That's how I've got this far in my career.
Got time for a couple more questions. We'll go with Taylor Jones. Taylor, you need to unmute.
Yes.
Right.
Hi, Zach. Sorry, guys. Hi, Zach. I was just wondering what your thoughts of what Luka's been able to do over with Slovenia, if you've been watching any of that.
Yeah, Luka's great, man. You know, you see what he does in the NBA. Comes, you know, to Olympic play, and he, you know, continued his hot play, and you know, we know how good he is, and you know, it's Luka, man. He's an incredible player. You know, if they win, we look forward to playing him.
Last question, we'll go to Tim Reynolds.
Thanks, Craig. Hey, Zach.
How you doing?
This is one of those things that you guys didn't have any control over, but you could have played at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning if it had, I guess, if they had selected it to go that way. How brutal would that have been to play a elimination game in the Olympics at 10 o'clock in the morning, knowing how the NBA body clock is typically set up?
It don't matter. We played at 9 o'clock p.m. That's 5 o'clock Pacific time where I'm from, so it doesn't really matter. You know, any of these games, we'll play at 9 a.m., 10 p.m., 1 a.m. You know, we go out there and we get the job done.
Thank you.